Hi, I'd like to look at raising 3 3/8 to the power of 1 2/3. 3 3/8 to the power of 1 2/3. So I've written it here just using the caret symbol just to mean it, raise it to the power, raise something to the power to something else. So what I want to do is I want to convert the mixed fractions to like top-heavy fractions. So, okay, 3 3/8. Another way of writing that then, the 3 is 24 over 8. So I've got 24 over 8 plus 3 over 8. And then the 1 2/3, similarly, that's 3 over 3 plus 2 over 3. As it's being raised to the power 2. So converting them now to top-heavy fractions, I've got 27 over 8, then all to the power of 5 over 3. So what I want to do is then, I want to look at the over 3 bit in the exponent. And first of all, take the 27 to the power a third, it's the same as 27 to the third, divided by 8 to the power a third, all to the power of 5. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm dealing with the divided by 3. In a sense, we're getting the numbers down before we raise them to a higher power. So it just kind of makes the maths easier. 27th to the third over 8 to the third, all to the power of 5. So raising something to the power of third is the same as the cube roots then. So what we have is, we've got 3 halves, 3 over 2, all to the power 5. Now I've actually, by mistake, well, it doesn't really matter so much, but I'd written the caret symbol there when I didn't need to, because by using the superscript, that already designates to the power of. So that adding the caret there is just a little bit of an extra that I didn't need. So it's the same thing. So 3 halves all to the power of 5. That's the same as saying 3 to the power 5 divided by 2 to the power 5. Now I think probably most of us will remember from powers that with 3 to the 4, the best way of doing it, you can remember that 9 times 9 is 81. So 3 to the power 4 is 81. So 3 to the power 5 is 3 times 81. And you know that 2 to the 4, that's the same as 4 times 4, which is 16. So 2 to the 5 is 2 times 16. So we've got 3 times 81 divided by 2 times 16. And that's 243. The 3 times 81 gives us 243. 2 times 16 is 32. So what we want to do now is we want to kind of get it back to its original form then, away from being a top, because we started off with mixed fractions, which in a sense, it looks tidier. But we're top-heavy fractions, they're easier to work with, but they kind of look untidy. So what we want to do is we want to do long division, 32 into 243. Now we know that roughly, had it been 30 over 240, we know it would have been 8. So we know that because we've got 32, that the 8, that we know that in a sense, the 8 times 32, it'll be more than 243. So let's take a down one and try 7. So we're guessing then that the quotient of 243 over 32 is going to be 7 plus something. So let's try subtracting 7 times 32 away from 243. So the 7 2 gives me 14. There's some 4 carry 1. And then the 7 3 would be 21. And then the 10 from the 14 gives me 224. So the remainder then, 40, in a sense, is the same as 43 minus 24, which is 19. So the 19, because that's less than 32, 7 is the correct value for the quotient. So it's 7 remainder 19. And then, of course, to write this again as your mixed fractions that we started off with, it's 7 and 19 over 32. So 3 3/8 to the power of 1 2/3, it's 7 and 19 over 32. Okay, thanks for watching and goodbye.